But I always been coaching kids in the neighborhood and stuff since I was in boxing. I was a teenager myself coaching fighters, you know. But first registered boxers I started coaching in 1999.
Now, like, what inspired you to want to become a coach? Were you an amateur boxer yourself?
Back in the 80s out of Mac Mills Gym in Baltimore. And I was reading newspapers on the job one day, and I saw a guy opening the gym named Marvin McDowell. He was opening his gym on Fulton Avenue, which was like 5 minutes from my house. So I said, I'm going to go around there and ask him, can I, you know, be a part of it? And he said, yeah. And that's how I started.
Nice.
I was, you know, into boxing anyway, you know.
Now, when it came down to the pros, what was your decision making? Like, did you make it to the pros?
I sparred a
Did you
lot
decide
of
why you
and
decided?
stuff, but I was one of the knuckleheads that lost my dedication by doing other things in the street. You know what I mean? And that's why I preach to the kids today to stay focused, because it's easy to lose your dedication when you find other ways to make money. But I said all the time, all of your is that you see on TV, it's always somebody in the gym that didn't make it, but they used to spar with these guys and stuff, you know. So that's what I preach to the kids.
Hey, we have like that's something that we have similar, man. It was the same thing with me, sparring pros and an amateur fighter myself. So like when it comes to Mia, you know, what made you want to decide to become a professional boxer, and also what was your amateur pedigree?
I ain't had that many amateur fights. I was like 20-4. I turned pro when I was 19, but I always wanted to go pro. I grew up in the sports, so.
I made a mistake with Mia. This is my first time telling this story. You get it first. Coming home, she studied boxing. She's been in boxing since she could walk. You know, she only had 24 fights, but she's been in the gym. She's been in tournaments, the silver gloves and stuff like that. She won the golden gloves and stuff like that. But the whole time we studied boxing since she opened her eyes, she never watched an amateur fight. We always watched the pros. And when she fought the headgear on, she never wanted the headgear because we never studied that. All we watched was pros, so she wanted to do pro from day one. I didn't know that until later, you know, because we never watched the amateur boxing. It was always professional. And when her first amateur fight, when she was 8, she said, "Dad, I don't like this thing." But she wasn't able to explain that she didn't want it. She wanted to do what we were watching over the years. You understand what I'm saying? But she's been in the gym sparring, running, and she ain't miss a beat. And a lot of the girls that's been active, been going to these tournaments to learn, even though they going to the tournaments. Mia already had that knowledge because she's been in there since she was 3 or 4 years old. You know, and I don't care how many amateur fights a person had. Once you can throw a jab in the right hand and you can perfect it, you know what I mean? But,
now, talk about the differences, you know, as far as training a woman boxer. You know, they go 2-minute rounds. How do you go about training, you know, that? And then, you know, it's obviously the pros. So what is she like doing 6-rounders now?
So she got one more 6. But in the gym, we don't change the clock for the females. They push right along with the boys, you know what I mean? Everything that the guys do, the girls do. For Mia, I'm taking 4 4-round fights. I'm taking 4 6-round fights. I'm gonna take a 4 8s. I'm gonna take a 4 10s. But along the 10s, if we get 2 10s in and a championship fight come up, we're gonna take it because the females fight 10-round championships. They don't do 12 yet. But I'm gonna take my time with it. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful, man, that you could be able to, you know, coach and guide her career the way
now,
you guys want to do it.
People say, why she ain't fighting nobody? Like I fought a young lady, but she fought a young lady once who was 0-7. She got stopped 7 times. And why would you let her fight her? Because I want to see these girls. She's been stopped in like matter of seconds. So I said, I'm gonna see if Mia can stop it like that. And Mia wound up stopping her quicker than any of them. So now I know Mia is doing something different. She got the quickest stoppage, 40-something seconds. So for this show here on April 22nd, I want to fight a young lady named Beck Collins or something. She fights on the zone. She's been in the distance with champions. She fought Sky Nicholson. She went the distance with Sky Nicholson. So I want to fight to see, because I'm looking at this lady and say, why are they not stopping this lady? I'm looking at this lady's ability. Why are they not stopping her? So I want Mia to fight her to see if Mia can stop her. Even though her record is like 3-17 or 16, but she's been the distance. But the commissioners don't understand why I take certain fights. So they say no. So they turned this young lady down. They denied because of her record. But I want to fight her to see what Mia do to her compared to these other girls, because we got a call from Scott Nicholson's team for her debut to fight Mia, and I said no at the time because Scott Nicholson is signed to the Zone. The Zone is building her, so if we take that fight on the Zone card and it goes the distance, they won't give it to her. But now that Scott Nicholson has some kind of belt, if they call us now, as long as they put it on TV, I'll take the fight. But if it's not on TV, I don't want to take the fight because I want the world to see it. You understand what I'm saying? So,
very big importance right there. You know, if you're gonna be on B side, and minors will be on TV, so the world can choose who really wants.
And it's on TV. I found that so the world can see it. Not just Scott Nicholson. I'm just talking in particular, but her team did call us for a debut. But I said no at the time. But now she has a strap. Call us again, and we're going to say yeah. If they decide to take it, the decision, as long as the world sees it, We just got an offer to fight a young lady from out of Castile, New York. And she's like Mike Tyson. I turned that fight down because I want that fight later on the line. We can do 10 rounds. She's a fast starter. She come out booming. I want more rounds for that particular fight. But people will say, oh, you scared. No, styles make fights. Rounds make fights. You know what I mean? You got to know what you're looking at. So people don't understand that part of boxing. Commissioners just want to make a fight. But they don't understand the game. Some of the people that's in place don't understand the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, Coach. It's just funny. I've dealt with matchmaking in my city too, so it's just like, and it's politics in the same way. Sometimes they'll accept a fight for this promoter, but they won't accept it for this promoter.
California will accept the fight. In Vegas, right next to California, they won't accept the fight. But we'll fight anybody if it's right for us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't backing down from nobody, but it has to be right for us. You know?
So, like, do you feel like, Mia is definitely like a hidden gem, and, April 22nd, people are going to be able to realize, hey, we got a real female fighter in our hands?
We don't have an opponent yet in concrete, but if we have one in due time, we're going to put on a show. We're going to put on a show, and the world will see it. Just like our last opponent, what was her name? Karen Doolin. She was tough. She's been known to go the distance. So I said, I'm going to fight her to see, if she can go the distance. And she got stopped in the first round. It's a reason why I take certain fights. Mia, I'm the one who picked Mia fight. She'll fight anybody who don't know the game. She don't know. But it's like, you got to know what you're doing. You know what I mean? She got one loss on her record because, no excuses, her first cousin, my nephew, was killed the day before the fight in a car accident. And it ripped us apart, man. Mentally, all night before, I didn't have to cry. To this day, we still cry. His birthday coming up. Yeah, thank you, man. It was
Rest in peace.
But we still took the fight. And a lot of people thought Mia won that fight, but she fell short on the cards. But it's okay, We had issues that fight, man. But God knows best.
It's funny, man, because when we talk about boxers, they think that we're robots. They think that we don't have feelings. Things like that won't affect training camp and stuff like that. We got Tank right now that he's possibly dealing with something in the future in May, and it's like you got it kind of sets you back and says like, you know, you can't, you know, set life for granted. You have to make sure you make the best out of it every
Can't let
single
nobody
moment that you
dictate
can.
what your vision is, because they don't see your vision, you know, and they don't care about you. So you got to be on track, you
They
know,
don't care. Yeah.
and have some corner that really care and not trying to pour you for money, you know.
Yeah. 100%. So going off of Mia, this is a question for both of you guys. When we talk about women boxers today, who are some of the favorites that you guys have, and possibly some former champions that you would love to share the ring with later on in the future?
Clarissa, Alicia Baumgartner, Katie Taylor, and Serrano.
Who do you think wins that rematch with Katie and Serrano?
I thought
it's going to Ireland
as
too.
the first one out.
Me too. I thought she did just enough to win.
Me
Especially
too.
in that 5th round. Oh my goodness! But
I thought she did just enough to win.
I think Serrano will pull it off.
Yeah.
The rematch. Yeah.
You think she'll be able to pull it off in Ireland?
For sure. Yep.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, and then same question for you, man. Like as far as women coaches, women boxers are concerned, Kenny, are those some of the similar names that you know, you prefer watching?
I like some of the retired fighters too, Layla Ali, and Wolf.
Yeah.
My favorite, Lucille Reichel. Man, I wish she was coming along today, man. Reichel she was the truth, man. She was the truth.
Now, you know, y'all mentioned, you know, Clarissa Shields, and you know, hardcore got to interview her, and then I interviewed Sajasha Green up in New Jersey. A fight that's kind of like marinating, you know what I'm saying? Possibly can happen. I think at 68. You know, what do you think about that fight? If it was
I heard about Green, and I finally got to see her last fight. She's good. She's going to be a world champion. But right now, we have the chance to beat Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields, she's not the biggest puncher, but her mechanics getting her through. Her ability, her drive. She's the GOAT, man. Right now, she's the GOAT. She accomplished more than any other fighter, even beat the men, you know? Right now, I have to roll with the GOAT, man. I like Green, the first fight I ever seen her fight, but she got some work to do. I just don't think she can beat Clarissa right now.
Do you think that holds more weight? I mean, we got, you know, Amanda Serrano, 7-time division champion, also undisputed in one weight class. But then we got Clarissa Shields, undisputed in 2 weight classes.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Who? Clarissa? Slow down. Two. Nobody's ever done it either way. Nobody. No male or female has never done it.
154.
Nah.
She's not 160. Did that.
She is 3-time undisputed.
Yeah.
She's 3-time?
And Lomachenko record. She did and he did. The girl is bad, man. And you know,
yeah, that's
the
different.
Sponsorship, man. She should have been on a Wheaties box. She should be in a McDonald's commercial. Everything. You understand? If I had was blonde, she'd be all over every fucking billboard. I'm keeping it 100, man.
Yo, he said that. It's true though. Like it's like when it comes to women boxing, man, it's really like, what do you think gotta happen? I mean, you got the face of
with Serrano Marshall. Serrano Marshall face would have been all over the United States and the UK. You understand?
Damn. She would have been like the Tyson Fury.
It's like America don't like true greatness, man. You understand? Bad. But Clarissa Shields, these different things she did. And what's fine for because she's doing it. 2-time gold medalist. And the sponsorship's looking over her, man. She getting sponsorship, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She's everywhere.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
You know, I was on the live earlier today with his name is Elijah Flores, a guy that you guys called in for sparring for Tank. Little skinny Spanish kid.
Was it the last camp or this camp? Yeah.
Last camp. Yeah. He told me he did like 11 rounds with him. And he's a 19-year-old kid, you know.
Yeah.
Good fighter from Florida. And I spoke to him about, you know, what Tank what he has done for the industry today as far as being the face of boxing.
Yeah.
And we talk about the face of boxing a lot, don't we? And, you know, when we talk about the face of now and the face of the future, you have to give it up to Tank because just like Jake Paul, that he has a younger fan base, Gervonta has a younger fan base that's growing up. So, you know, speaking upon Maya, like, what does that do for you as far as having Tank, you know, in your family, in your team, you know, and bringing in that youth to the game? Does that inspire you whatsoever? And if that, you know, like you're young as yourself, do you think that could benefit you in the future?
I don't even look at Tank as a teammate. That's really like my brother. So
it's for us. It's been a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, cause listen, no,
Good.
Like we had reached out to somebody to fight on this card, and she didn't like the amount of money that they was gonna pay her. She like, they paying me peanuts to fight Tank sister. Like,
that's
like,
that's the
I don't even fight like him though. You look at that don't matter.
And then we had a few opponents said, no, that's Tank's sister. I'm not fighting her.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's a blessing and curse. You know what I mean? Because this would be her 6th card, that's 10 cards she's been on. That's a blessing. But the curse is, you know, they don't want to do this and that because she's Tank's little sister. So we're gonna keep pushing, you know.
Now, this is where I think that stigma comes in. All right, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Baltimore sparring, when it comes to y'all type of style of sparring, it's like that full throttle, that Philadelphia sparring, that there's no tech sparring whatsoever. It's just ding ding ding, and that's why it's having a hard time in Vegas. You think that has something to do with it?
And stuff, but sometimes things get heat. We had the doghouse, like, you know, the doghouse sparring too, you know.
Yeah.
So it could be a possibility. You know?
And you think that was the reason why, you know, it was hard to find sparring in Vegas for Tank?
Oh man, it's out here. They want to. Oh man, they don't show up. They got excuses. It's crazy, man. How I don't get it. You know, some people is in your bar, and you don't even want to show up. But over there on the East Coast, if you go to Philly, I could take 15 guys to a Philly gym today. Don't tell them we coming. Just walk in and say, "Can we get some work?" Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna go to D.
They're gonna test themselves.
Can we get some work? Grub up. Come to Baltimore. Shit, it's been times when we just got through sparring in the gym with each other, and a team walk in, and guess what? We put our clothes back on and spar some more. But in Philly, in Vegas, guys gonna see this video later, and then they gonna no, we here. We've been here for fucking 2 months, and we had to spar our Crawford's team. They're not from Vegas. We brought a guy in from Philly to spar with Tank. But then we got a couple guys from Dominican Republic to come in and spar with Tank. But we in Vegas looking for work. Nobody shows up. But Hassan Rockman, Hassan's 16 years old. See, he showed up, and he working with grown men. That's why I say he got the biggest heart in Vegas.
So that must be really hard for you to find sparring for Maya, because at the end of the day, it's hard to find sparring for females already. let
a young
alone
lady out
the
here
stigma.
named Jamie,
Jamie from
a former world champion.
yeah.
I don't know her. Yeah,
Jamie Mitchell,
her
the one. Yeah.
Mia
Okay.
put us some decent rounds, man, and we worked with another young lady.
That's good.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
a former
another
champion,
young
I
lady,
think.
Desiree Childs from Florida. She came in and worked one day, and then we had a girl from the UK. You remember her
Nah,
name?
I don't know her name.
She come from Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
She came in and worked a couple of days with me, but
All bigger
yeah.
girls.
No,
All
no,
bigger
no.
girls. All bigger girls.
Jamie she's a few pounds under me, but